is a fairly big brooder for 8 chicks, but I am having some of them have problems with getting bored, specifically the Easter eggers. The rest of the chicks seem to be fine, but the Easter eggers seem to be getting really bored. So I am taking out some of their really dirty bedding. I'm going to put some new bedding in. I do want to point out, like, this is how much feed is like literally getting kicked out of that feeder. I thought that this feeder would be better at managing waste than my homemade feeder last year, but I don't know if that's the case. Again, I am having an issue with some bullying going on. Yesterday, this Jubilee Orpington was getting picked on. Literally all of the Easter eggers were chasing him and pecking at his tail feathers. I'm saying him because I suspect it's a rooster. It would be an accidental rooster if it is. So I took him out, cleaned him off, sprayed some blue coat on his tail feathers, and it seemed to have stopped. But I think that my chicks are getting bored. So I am going to clean this out, as I'm doing right now, and then rearrange some things. These girls are also old enough, I think, to get rid of this waterer and just use the nipple water. So I'm going to raise the nipple water a little bit more. And I'm going to take out that water and do some observation and just see if the chicks are handling the nipple water well. I'm also going to move the heat plate just further away from the wall so they can walk around it. I saw someone else give this tip because chicks can fall behind it and get stuck. So I am going to do that too, just as a precaution. Taking this out. So I think the 2 chicks that I need to see use this are the Jubilee Orpington. But they are definitely moving the knobs enough to be able to get water. I'm not seeing them tilt their head back, but I am seeing them move their mouth like they got water. I really just want to get her to drink from it so that I know that she'll be fine. Chirp, chirp. It's probably like me being overly worried. A lot of people are like, as long as one gets it, it's totally fine. But this is just observing and watching is how you catch problems. I also wanted to mention that adding in this nipple water and taking the regular water out, I think will also help fight boredom, because I've noticed that the chicks have always had this nipple waterer available, and whenever I press the nipples, they get very excited. They're really into it, and it seems like themselves pressing the nipples or trying to move and get the water out seems to be really interesting to them too, which of course helps with boredom. One of the other things that I did to help fight boredom in the brooder is I moved the mirror again. It ended up getting covered by bedding, and I ended up putting it in this corner again, which seemed like it was a really good choice. The chicks started piling over there and investigating, which of course helps with boredom. Another thing that I didn't fully show in this video, but is also worth noting for fighting boredom, is I moved several objects in their brooder around. So not only did I move that mirror, but I also moved their dust bath, I moved their little perch toy, just so that it's more for them to explore, more for them to learn around navigating and all of that. So hopefully that will also reduce boredom. I also want to show how I solved the feeder issue with it being like the feed leaking everywhere with them moving their head. They definitely can still get feed out, but I put a bowl underneath it so that when they do kind of kick or scratch or nod the feed out, it falls into the bowl first. And this definitely is reducing how much is being wasted, because before this would have just been on the ground and I would have thought they needed feed. But now it's in the bowl, so I know they've got food and I don't overfeed them. And that's all that I had to share with you today. about the updates to the brooder. I would love to know how you fight boredom with your chicks when they're cooped up in their brooder. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want more content around raising chickens in the Midwest, this is Midwest Chickens. I'd love for you to subscribe, hit the like button if you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video.